And Ann's van. That's a couple living here. We just did the interview. And my goodness, it's beautiful in here.
Thanks. Yeah, it came together well. It really did.
So tell us all about it. What you've got going in here.
Well, the van itself, like I mentioned in the previous video, is a ex-U-Haul rental. So I was fortunate enough when we bought it, it had the wooden slats, maple slats. It made putting walls up easy. It went so easy. Insulation, I have 3-inch Redux or Relay. It's 3-inch. I don't understand why everyone doesn't use it, because I had meant to research it. I forget the name, but it's 3 inches, like a wool and stone mixture. It's waterproof, water resistant, mold resistant, fire resistant. It's like R11 or R13. It's just incredible. But anyways, I stuffed that in between all the slats, behind all the slats, put up the plywood, and a lot of people, that's the hardest part, is getting the plywood stuck to the walls and insulation, and that was a one-day project for me, so I was fortunate.
Yeah, when it comes with the with the wood on the wall already to screw it into.
Yeah. The cabinets, we had picked up the van and we just went straight to we call it the Restore, Habitat for Humanity. It's like a Goodwill store for contractors. So all of the cabinetry you see cost us $80.
Oh my goodness, that's just incredible.
This was actually made to go on top, and it had wine glass slats in it, but I had in the store I had pictured it just like you see it, that I would put that on the bottom, put this on the top. So basically this is our wardrobe. Ann has one side, I have the other. This slides out.
It's on a slide, so it just comes out.
Yeah, it just slides out. If I didn't show you this, Ann would be really upset. This is her favorite part. So there's her spice rack. There's our medicine cabinet.
And storage.
And storage in back, all medicine, all first aid type stuff. Yeah, so all of these cabinets were $80. Was an incredible deal. We used 2 things to cook other than the camp stove. The Instapot, which is the greatest thing in the world.
And how are you running an Instapot?
Just on the go zero. What's great about it, it uses about 750 watts for the first 5 minutes of the cycle. So it heats up and it builds up its pressure. Once it's done that, the next 15 minutes of the cook cycle, it's drawn like 40 watts. It's almost nothing. It's the greatest camp RV cooking stove there is, because it uses so little energy. You throw anything in it. We call it the magic pot.
So it's pressure cooker.
It's electric pressure cook. It's got 11, so it's just an old-fashioned pressure cooker, but it's got like 11 safety features, and it's electric. It's the greatest thing ever. We do 80% of our cooking in that. We have a skillet that does the rest. And if we're out in the woods, of course we use the camp stove, but if we're in the cities and urban areas, we cook on either of them in here and little drawer.
And you're able to use your Goal Zero.
Yeah, I have, came with a 100 amp battery, and I added an additional 100 amp battery. So I have 200 amps. I have 100 watt Rhenology on the top. And so far, we've never gone below than 60%. We run the fan all night if it's warm. LED lights. We charge our phones and our computers. I'm really happy with it.
Good.
It's worked really out well for us.
And so this is the other shelf unit that you got at the
yeah. This
Habitat?
is actually the bottom of this.
Oh, so that would have been in a house. This would have been floor to ceiling, and of course the floor to ceiling in a van is pretty low.
It's low. So I cut that off. So we had added shelf, utensils under here. This is the kitchen. I don't know, junk drawer, I guess, flashlights, batteries, that type of stuff.
More stuff.
Yeah. So the biggest thing that we had to change when we went, the main voyage was in Nova Scotia. We took a week and visited Nova Scotia.
You're from New Hampshire.
From New Hampshire, yeah, a short drive. We went New Brunswick, Nova Scotia. And I'm 66 inches tall, and from wall to wall, it's 66 inches. So we figured that's going to be great. It was too claustrophobic. More so for Ann, and she's even shorter. But we got back from the trip, and she's like, you have to do something. I'm like, the build's done. What am I going to do? So what I did was added a little fold-out here.
Oh, nice.
So now we sleep long ways. I bought a 2-inch mattress topper at Walmart, twin size. I cut it into strips, and this is one of them body pillows that they sell at Walmart. But everything just happened to work perfect. So now it goes here, and we sleep this way.
Right. Plenty of length.
Yeah, plenty of length.
Plenty of width.
If we're not sleeping where you're sitting, one sits and the other one can sit here. So we have sitting if it's rainy and cooking dinner. I have storage under the bed. Right. Tons of storage under the bed. We could be here all day telling you the stuff I managed to fit under there. But the problem was, because the walls slant in, when I went to lift the bed, it would bind on the walls. And the bed was a bear to lift up past this point, an absolute bear.
So your access under the bed was mainly from above.
From here, right, because I have out back, I have the tool chest.
Right.
So we can't really utilize the back doors. So what I did, I just was laying in bed one night. I'm like, hey, we're sleeping this way. So I made us a nightstand. We each have a nightstand on each side. So this is the thickness of the bed, which I think is 8 inches deep, 4.5 inches wide, and 4 foot something. So we both have now storage on either side of our bed, and a nightstand. And the other great thing it did for me, because I cut 5 inches off of each bed, each side of the bed, now it lifts up perfectly. You can lift it up with one hand, lift it up to here, access whatever you need. We lost out on being able to swivel the seat. A lot of people swivel the passenger seat, but by having the go zero between the seats, I lost out on that ability. And this makes up for it.
So here's your Go Zero. Your Yeti Go Zero.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Like I said, you can see I'm pulling in 103, but I'm nowhere near. I'm facing away from the sun and slow winter sun. That's pretty good. Go Zero is different than most. It shows everything in watts instead of amps, and it doesn't tell me what my batteries are, like 13.2 or whatever. It shows a 20, 40, 60, 80, and then full.
Well, so it just gives you a percentage.
It's a percentage.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's useful information.
We've never gone below 60. You can see even in non-optimum, I'm bringing in 118 watts. And then it's always full by midday, early morning, late morning, early afternoon. It Go Zero's nice. It has... You can add endless amount of battery banks, but you just take the cover off the back, and it's got the larger size Anderson pole that plugs into the back, and then it's got the positive and negative leads that you just attach to the battery. So I bought one of the marine battery boxes that I have in front of it, and then just attached it to that.
And these are all the lithiums?
No,
These are
all AGMs. Yeah, yeah. This is the older style, the Yeti 1250. They replaced it with the Yeti 1400, I believe, which is now lithium, and pretty much I think this is discontinued. The smaller ones they still sell, but the larger ones they're discontinuing all the AGM products and going to the lithium products,
right? Which
aren't cheap, but they're not.
Yeah, they have a lot of advantages.
I know people might be concerned about safety, what happens in a rollover. I do have the tie downs. It's ratcheted down to the seat, so I feel confident that it's pretty secure.
And I see over here you've got one of the Kuhl. Is that how you pronounce that?
No, it's actually not Arctic. I put the sticker on. That's how you pronounce it, but that's just a sticker off of something else. It's the RTIC, the Arctic, and it actually we got a great deal on it. What happened is I think everyone's familiar with the Yeti brand.
That's what people think of.
Well, they were sued because they copied Yeti design a little bit too well. This is exactly a Yeti. And what happened, part of the law case, part of the settlement in the lawsuit was Arctic was allowed to sell whatever they had left in inventory, but they had to sell them quick. So we got it like half price, which is less than a quarter price of what the Yeti Tundra would have cost. If you go to Walmart or GNC and you get their protein, the 2.5 pound protein container.
Right.
We use that. We get a 10-pound bag of ice, fits in those two. We screw them tight so they're lid, and they're in there, and they last 5 days. Keep our food perfectly cold for 5 days.
And no water.
No water. At the end of 5-6 days, we got nice fresh water for Lily or to cook with or whatever. So that's what we do. Usually every 5 days we run in and get water, a bag of ice, and some food when we're staying off grid here. You can live in the desert with a cooler and still be happy. You just got to go into town every 5 days. But
right.
I made this. I've just been trying to find all the little ways to save space.
Yeah, that's sweet, and that's magnetic.
I put magnetic behind the the guard there, but that works really good in light.
Yes.
It helps with the coolness, but we really, other than that day in New Mexico, we haven't been cool enough to really. But when you're parking in a Walmart parking lot and you're under one of their lights, you think it's daylight outside.
Yeah.
And that makes all the difference in the world.
So how are you going to the bathroom? Always the big question everyone has to know.
Right here. This is the greatest invention ever. I know people, again, space, because we're so space limited. It's the same, when you set up the legs, it's the same height as a house toilet. It's the same diameter, I guess, as a house toilet. It's just...
So it's a three-legged stool, essentially, and you drop a bag in it.
Yep. This floats up and fits behind the seat.
Right.
We have, the biggest way we shower is we have a Planet Fitness membership.
Right.
Which is the greatest thing in the world. We've been a member since day one. Planet Fitness started in Dover, New Hampshire, and that's where we're from. I think I still have my original membership card, and it's like member 978. Now they have hundreds of thousands of members. But so we have always been a member. Everywhere we've lived, we've been a member. We're really intimately familiar with Planet Fitness. And they have an app for your phone that has your ID on it. So they just scan your phone when you go in. Black Card memberships, $20 a month. And when we're traveling the country, just sightseeing, we basically kind of travel from Planet Fitness to Planet Fitness. Can't say enough about their showers. They all have soap dispensers. They have changing rooms. They're always clean. 90% of the time, the next town is determined as to where there's a Planet Fitness to go to.
Right.
It's the greatest thing. But out here, like I said, we've got the privy tent, we've got the garden pressure shower thing, and we just open the doors accordingly and put the shower curtain across the doors.
Right.
And, yeah, it's not the two things that people worry most about, the bathroom and the showering, really are the least of the worries. They really are. They're the simplest fixes, the simplest things to deal with. It's getting stuck in the middle of the desert. That's something you should need to worry about.
Well, you've done a wonderful, amazing job inside here. It's just really gorgeous, and it feels nice.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. We feel like we're home. We feel comfortable. It's just so calming to be in here. So these are the shelves. Real simple brackets. They made all the difference in the world for when we're camping, though.
And these are just the brackets you just buy.
Yeah, we bought them in the woodworking store. They were $13 or $17 each. Then just the shelving from Walmart. I cut this so that when we're driving down the road, she can pop it up and have a workstation inside, if she wants.
And you can cook out here or inside.
Yeah, we cook inside, we cook out here, or we cook out back if we have to. The awning we talked about is an ARB 2500 by 2500. It's the biggest one they made.
6 by 8? No,
8 by 8. 8.2 by 8.2, yeah. And it's been a lifesaver. It's probably one of the, next to the Go Zero, it's the one single item we're the happiest that we bought.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
We
or social media you want to talk about?
We're both on Facebook. We do have a YouTube channel. In full disclosure, I'm really bad at editing and I'm really bad at taping, so it's gotten a slow start. But the YouTube address is address unknown. That a lot of people have said, well, you should have had address unknown put there. And I did ponder it because you could add any text you wanted. Problem is, I didn't want to advertise to the police that I didn't have an address.
Oh, you did not want to say that. Yes.
Yeah.
Right now, the National Forest is actually fining people for having no address.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. No, we have an address. We have a home back home, and I just figured it would just be less harassment if people saw address unknown on the side of my van.
You were wise.
So we liked Forever Lost, but it was real inexpensive. The everything came off of eBay. The compasses were $22, and these were actually meant to be peeled off after. They were just used to be used as an alignment tool. But I kept them, and you could order the trees in any length. And you could add any text that you wanted to.
Boy, it looks super. It looks like you went and paid a whole bunch of money to get it done.
This was $32, so $32 and it's $28. It was $60 for both sides, $30 a side.
And with the two of you in the van, you need more space than most people. So you've got the big Yakima rack box and the big box on back.
Yeah, this is basically the trunk, tools, spray paint. Lily's dog food, Can't forget that. There's a big Alpha container that takes up half of it, basically. That's Lily's dog food. And the rest is tools, screws. It's my hardware store. Gas on either side. To be honest with you, I haven't really used them much. We don't go that far out. The thing is to go, if I'm going to go out far enough to justify the gas, I'm going to way run out of food and water before.
And you're real proud of your trash can. So
yes.
That's one thing, is where's your trash can? I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, this is our trash can. We what gave me the idea was they sell the nice ones that go in the back of Jeep tires.
Right.
And they're tactical looking, and they're $80 to $100, and that wasn't in the budget. So I went to Goodwill. This was $5. It zips up. It's all plastic. Holds the trash. Keeps the smell in. There's really not anyways. It's mostly paper products.
Yeah. What most of us have.
Yeah. And then when I go to wash the van, I just flip it inside out and hose it down anyways. It's a travel suit carrier. It's made to put your suit in and fold it up and for when you're flying. Shore power. So if we are in a campsite, we can plug in at the campsite, and inside I have 4 120 volts and 4 USB that go into a surge protector style outlet. So we can hook up at a campsite if we so desire.
And these are something I really recommend to people.
Yep.
Tell us about those.
They work.
You found out?
Yeah.
You use them.
They work really well. You can spend anywhere from $90 for a set, and they all look the same. It's just the plastic they're made out of and the thickness, and you get what you pay for it. You can spend up to $90, from $90 up to, I've seen them for $400 or $500.
Right.
That's the $150, $140 something set, and
tell us what you do with them.
They go behind the tires. So basically,
if you get stuck,
yeah, you just shovel out somewhat of an incline. Put them behind the tire, and it just gives you traction.
Right.
I never used them in snow. They probably would work great in snow, but for the sand, they work really well.
Well, Guy and Ann, thank you so much for sharing your life and your home with us. It's really a nice setup. You've got a great sense of adventure. Do you have any parting words before we go?
Just do it. Everyone's afraid.
Yeah, do it.
Every one of our friends are like, well, we wish they're so envious, and we wish we could do what you do. And I tell everyone the same exact thing. You can. Just sell everything you own, buy a van, and go live in the desert.
Yep.
Right.
You won't regret it.
No. And
it's just so relaxing.
So glad that we did it and that we're doing it. And I just can't, it's amazing. It's just magical every day. I just pinch myself. So lucky.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So
all it takes is some courage.
Yes.
It takes a lot of courage.
Yeah.
It really does. But it's so easy. Once you take that step and decide you're going to do it and that you can do it, the rest of it's not half as hard as people think it is.
No. Right. And I'm so glad we're here.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks for your videos. You got us here.
You're very welcome.
Yes.
If folks, if you learn anything out of this, I need to hear you say, I can do that.
Yes.
You know, and that's what you did. You said, I can do that.
You really can.
Let's go.
You really can.
So that's good. So folks, I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and we'll visit with you later.
Bye.
Bye.